Well, good morning. We're already laughing here on Cincy Lifestyle. We want to bring you some cheer and joy this morning. Happy Friday to you. You will be so glad that you tuned in this morning.
In part because it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Because of what we have going on this morning as well.
We do. It's going to be a great day.
Great weekend coming up, too.
What do we have going on?
Hey, I know one thing. Okay, I was drawn to this one. It's a chili cook-off that's happening in Fairfield, right? And it looked like it was really going to be fun. And the reason I brought it up was because I came in, we had a chili cook-off here at the station. And I am proud to say I came in fourth, which was fantastic.
Which you don't get a ribbon for fourth, by the way.
I didn't get a ribbon, I didn't get a prize, nothing. Okay.
But nobody got sick either, right? That's good.
That's key.
A win.
Right.
That's a win.
Nobody walked away with salmonella.
That's exactly right.
Right.
That's exactly right. Well, good.
But you might want to check that out.
Absolutely. All right, so this weekend, the thing I'm keeping an eye on is there is a Beatles tribute band in town playing downtown tonight. And I looked at some video of these guys. They pretty much nailed it. They're called the Fab Four, the Ultimate Tribute, and man, they look like them. I was around, Allie. You may find this surprising. I was around when the Beatles were actually on Ed Sullivan.
Yeah.
You saw the real thing.
Right. So we saw the real thing, and these guys do a pretty good job.
Nice.
They bop around like them the whole 9 yards.
And then that party and that celebration is continuing in Main Strasse in Covington. Why? Because Mardi Gras. So Fat Tuesday is coming up.
Yes.
And Main Strasse in Covington does a really, really fun parade on Saturday, and it's kind of an all-day thing, and then all of the local bars and restaurants will do different specials, food and drink specials, and there'll be bands, maybe not Beatles cover bands, but it is so fun. Lots of lights going, beads are throwing everywhere.
You know, one of our coworkers, no one here on this set, let me hasten to point out, but one of our coworkers had no idea that Mardi Gras meant Fat Tuesday.
Oh, interesting.
Mardi Gras was named after some guy named Marty. I don't know.
Right.
No, it's French.
It's French.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
I do. I'm going to switch gears a little bit. I have a fun little story and fact that I found. So Jeff Molsky, he is the owner of Mid-Century Modern. He has been on the show before, and he refurbs and rescues old mid-century furniture. So this piece, which he got from in Indiana somewhere, he found these two letters. Listen to this. So these are written by Army Sergeant Manuel Holtzman. They're copies, but the first letter was written to his mother, dated August 6th, 1945. Do you know what day that is?
Yeah.
Wow.
The day the atomic bomb was dropped, right? The second letter was written to his brother, Alan, and both are to his family, letting them know that he had a hand in creating the atomic bomb. He was in Chicago, he was working with the Chicago University, and so he had a hand in creating the atomic bomb, and so that was the first time that he was able to reach out with them. And he had worked with scientists like Einstein and other well-known scientists, and he shared that with us, so I wanted to share that with you guys just because I thought it was really fun. And let me read this I have this on my phone because I have to zoom in, it's so small. So give me a second.
I do that sometimes
Okay,
too.
so listen to this last line that he wrote to his brother. He says, "Man has unleashed a powerful force. Let us pray that mankind is intelligent enough to use that force for his betterment, not for destruction!" Exclamation point.
Wow.
So Jeff has also reached out to family members of them, and so we're gonna follow up and see we can, you know, catch any more leads. How cool is that, though?
That is very,
that is
why thrift shopping is a really good idea.
Yeah.
Because you never know the gems you're going to find.
Oh, okay. I thought, I was waiting, I was wondering where that was going, but okay. You landed in the right place. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Well, we're also going to keep this history theme going, and by taking you to Schoolyard Winery. So Schoolyard Winery has been around for 59 years, and it's in Verona, Kentucky. That's right. So today, we're going to show you how you can sip on Chardonnay there. Now, take a look. From 1914 to 1973, this building was Verona, Kentucky's high school. Today, it's a winery. Husband and wife Gary and Connie Yance both took their passion for wine and their freed up retirement time to restore this old schoolhouse, patching up a fallen roof and rebuilding collapsed floors to turn it into what it is today. What is your favorite part about this building? Because there's a lot of history here.
There's a lot of different things that I like. Well, the biggest thing is you like seeing what you've done. It was pretty exciting redoing. I don't think I will do it again, but one time.
Maybe in a second life.
Yeah, maybe in a second life.
Let's get to the important stuff, the wine.
Okay.
What is the crowd favorite wine out of all of these that we're looking at right now?
I would say the Schoolhouse is the biggest seller of the dry wines, which it is a Cab Sauv. And of the whites, they more like the sweeter version. So that would be the one we call our Recess, which is a Niagara, which is very sweet. That's, yes.
Head of the class, teacher's pet. What does that say? Recess, fire drill. There's a jalapeno in this wine. Schoolyard Winery serves roughly 14 wines, ranging from dry to sweet, each with a playful name relating back to its schoolhouse roots. Gary and Connie also grow grapes on the property, creating small batches that you can't find anywhere else. Let's backtrack a little bit and talk about how you got into the wine business and why.
Well, I've got into it from my wife's people in Germany that's had grapes growing for generations. Just started trying small batches of it and started making some pretty good wines ourselves. So then we said, well, when we retire, we'll do a hobby winery. And
so much for that.
Yes, and it's kind of gotten out of hand, but it's still been fun.
Describe what you want people to feel when they walk in this space and what they want to experience.
We like people when they come in to feel comfortable and to have one-on-one conversation with us. We just don't want you to grab your wine and go sit down. We like to talk to people, and we enjoy that. And I think that's the most rewarding thing of this is being able to talk to people, and so you can come by and have a glass of wine, not be pressured to buy a bunch, and just sit back and enjoy it.
Yeah, and there's plenty to try.
Yes.
All right, Gary, thank you.
All right, thank you.
And if you'd like to try out Schoolyard's Recess white wine or Teacher's Pet Rosé, you can go to the winery in Verona, Kentucky, or get more information online at schoolyardwinery.com. Mona?
Well, finding jewelry that really reflects your personality can take a lot of time, but there's one local woman who is putting love, passion, and personality into every piece she makes. And I right now want to welcome my friend Dawn Grady, the owner of Junebug Jewelry Designs. Thank you, Dawn, for being here.
Mona.
I am so happy you're here. You are so talented with making jewelry. So how did you get started?
I started about maybe 14 years ago, really just with the idea of making jewelry for me. I took a simple bead stringing class at UC, and my necklace and earring design was really popular in the class. So I went out and I started grabbing bead design boards and taking classes, and eventually I landed in some classes with some master metalsmiths. And that gave me the techniques to make my vision of wearable art, which combines copper and argentium silver for this signature look.
Well, this is actually wearable art. But you know what? I've got to ask you, and I think I know the answer. Where did Junebug jewelry come from?
Junebug actually comes from my father. He nicknamed me Junebug years ago. And when I thought about what name would be appropriate for my business, I heard Junebug when I was really creative as a kid. So I thought, what better way to honor the personality of my brand and my father with one name?
Absolutely, I love that. All right, so let's talk about some of this jewelry that you brought with you. Okay, so talk about this necklace here.
This necklace here is one of my favorite combinations of copper. I love to combine the metals because I don't think you should be limited by one particular metal. This way you can kind of rock your piece with a lot of different outfits, but I mix copper and argentium silver. I love to use symbols like the swirl because the swirl symbolizes the journey of life.
Okay.
And I want these pieces to really resonate with you throughout your life. So the journey is supposed to symbolize just you remembering every little moment, the good and the bad, that make you into the beautiful person that you become.
So you put so much thought into every piece that you have and that you create. So talk to us about some of the other pieces.
Well, I love the idea of hammering and adding heat. That's why I love metalsmithing, because you get to set things on fire and then beat them into submission.
Okay, all right, girl, I like that myself.
It's the best stress reliever that you can come up with. But really, it's just the art of actually just mixing pieces together to come up with something that's truly organic, truly unique, and truly represents, you know, the power and the boldness and the fearlessness that I want my pieces to represent. I want them to adorn bold women who aren't afraid to walk into a room and take over.
Girl, take over, I love it. How long does it take you to make some of these pieces? Like I'm looking at this bracelet right here. That is just intricate. So how long does it take to make that?
That's about a 3-hour design. It's actually 16 feet of copper wire. So I mold it together to make that cuff and then top it with kazuri beads from Kenya, which are one-of-a-kind glass beads. That's a fair trade business out of Kenya, mostly single moms doing it. So it's a chance to really honor the one-of-a-kind nature of my pieces with something also unique to just top it with.
I love it. All right, Dawn, we're going to get people to you. They're going to want to find you. So what is your website and where can they find and pick up your pieces?
You can find me all day, every day at JunebugJewelryDesigns.com, or you can visit me on Facebook. Just look up Junebug Jewelry Designs. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram. And I pop up frequently on Vine Street and Over the Rhine. So,
okay.
All right.
Dawn, this has been a pleasure. I'm so proud of you. Okay, I just have to mention, I raised her in Sunday school. I love this girl, and I'm so proud of you, Dawn. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Clyde?
All right, Mona, coming up here on Cincy Lifestyle, it's the one-stop shop for all your HGTV dreams to come true. The Home and Garden Show opens this weekend, and we'll give you a sneak peek at all it has to offer. Then, a local brewery is pairing two things we love on this program, local beer and Girl Scout cookies. Got to see this one. Do Thin Mints really go with a stout? Well, we'll find out all that and a whole lot more in just a few minutes. If you're ready for spring and warmer weather, well, this next segment is for you. One of the sure harbingers of warmer weather is the Cincinnati Home and Garden Show at the Duke Energy Convention Center. And here now to talk with us about all there is to talk about this show this year is Tony Garbo, the show manager for the Cincinnati Home and Garden Show. Tony, we'll get right to it. Thank you for being with us, first of all.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, indeed. So let's talk about this year's show. What's there to see there this year?
Well, first of all, there's so much. We have over 400 great exhibitors and some of the top in the area. And we have some wonderful features and two really, really special feature gardens.
Well, let's talk about the wonderful features. What's the big highlight in your mind?
Well, we have, we are doing a feature garden called Game of Stones. It's a little spin-off of a very popular show series. It's going to be incredible. It really is. It's by Semco Outdoor. They're sponsoring it. We'll have a really cool throne for people to get their picture taken into. And then this is leap year. And our show falls on leap day. So we're doing a garden of the future. What could a garden look like about 100 years from now? So the wonderful creative minds of Mackenzie Lawn and Landscape, they are going to surprise me and surprise all of us with a really unique feature garden.
Well, that sounds really fascinating, which kind of leads to the question, why, you know, a lot of this stuff you can look for online, so why go to a show like this?
You know, I don't know about you, but do you ever try to buy shoes online and you have to take them back?
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
how do you take back, you know, windows or siding? We have some of the top professionals in the industry at this show, local, that have the best products and services. And plus, when you come to our show, how big is that siding? How thick is that siding? And then guess what? I like you. I look you in the eye, I get to meet you and get a feel, because you're not going to come to my home maybe for 2 weeks straight. You're going to come in my home, work in my kitchen. You get a feel for who you are, and it makes perfect business sense to come to the show.
Because you do highlight the fact that you can ask the expert.
Yes, in fact, we have a little cool area called the Inspiration Destination. Back there, we're going to have some job boards because some of our exhibitors are hiring. And we're going to have there's a schedule on our website, and there's going to be folks that you can ask them at that particular hour. It might be a landscaper, it might be someone with blinds, it might be someone with kitchens.
Sure. All right. So let's help folks find this show and get there at the right time.
At the right time. Well, it opens tomorrow, and we're so excited. It starts at 10 o'clock. So from 10 to 9, Duke Energy Convention Center downtown. Box office are $14, but you can go to Kroger and get them for $11, or go to our website and get them for $11, thanks to Universal Windows Direct.
Yes, indeed. All right, Tony, thanks so much. You sound very excited about this.
I am very excited.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Thank you for being here and talking with us about it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Well, it all started when a Miami University student took a casual stroll into a near-campus drugstore and found a homemade beer brewing kit. All right, fast forward about, half a century, and that casual ramble has turned into Listermann Brewing, an award-winning family-run venture that has found profit in its passion. I love that. And right now I want to welcome Alan MOELLMANN, the home brew store manager and pilot brewer for Listermann Brewing. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Mona. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about Listermann, the history, how it came together.
Well, you know quite a bit about it if you know about the drugstore story. But yeah, it is family-run business, and it was a homebrew shop and supply store for quite a while. And then about 11 years ago, they decided to start a brewery. And then the rest is history. And the one thing we're doing now is we're doing beer and food pairings. We've worked with the Rhine, which is on Elm Street and over the Rhine, a cheese shop. We've done cheese and beer pairings, a place on Montgomery Road, Madison Road, called Rhines, Wines and Swines. And we've done charcuterie and beer pairings with them. Most recently, Maverick Chocolates. People probably know them from Findlay Market or Rookwood Commons with paired chocolate and beer. And now, coming on Wednesday, the 26th, we've got a beer and cookie pairing coming up.
This is intriguing me, because I've not ever seen a beer with some cookies, Girl Scout cookies in particular, paired together. So talk to me about what you brought here.
So we have America's favorite cookie with what I'd like to think is, Cincinnati's favorite beer. And our first offering is right over there. It's a strawberry basil Berliner. And Berliner Weisses are a tart beer. They're low ABV. And this particular one has the sweetness of the strawberries, and it matches very well with a shortbread cookie that's lemon flavored, which are those lemon ups right there. We also make wine. A lot of people don't know that, but we do make wine. And so we get this particular wine juice from Chile. So we have a Chilean Cabernet Sauvignon, which has been aged on cocoa nibs.
Wow.
It gives it a subtle hint of chocolate. There's both in the aroma and the flavor. And so when we paired that one, we couldn't have an aggressive cookie with lots of flavor. So we had, again, another shortbread cookie. So you got a buttery richness, and it doesn't disguise the chocolate notes at all.
Wow.
Now we
love
have
that.
2 other offerings.
Okay.
This is a kind of a new category of beer. These are pastry stouts. And so you have the roastiness of a regular stout, but then the brewers throw all the rules out the window, and they'll mix things like Oreo cookies, candies, brownie mix, cake mix, and all those things with these beers. And I like to refer to them as dessert beers.
Right.
So with this particular one, everyone knows what a s'more is. We made a beer, which is our take on a s'more. So it's got marshmallow, vanilla, chocolate in it. And then we matched it with the Girl Scout cookies, which also have marshmallow chocolate. The reason it pairs so well together is because our beer emphasizes the vanilla note just a little bit more than those cookies do, and those cookies emphasize the chocolate note a little bit more than the beer does. They work very well together. And then our final offering is right here. It's Turn This Bus Around, another big beer. This one I think is about 12% ABV, a dessert beer. And it has vanilla, coconut, and chocolate in it too, and some coffee. It matches very well with these Samoans, which some people refer to them as caramel delights.
Yes,
okay,
right.
So you got a cookie that's got caramel, chocolate, and coconut in it. And so you kind of need a big beer to stand up to that, and we have
And you
it.
got it. All right, so let's tell people where they can taste these pairings and these beers.
Well, Listermann's, of course, 1621 Dana Avenue, right across from Xavier. And they can go online and type in ListermannBrewing.com. They could type in ListermannBrewing.com events. And if they would like, they could buy tickets to this upcoming event. It's this coming Wednesday, the 26th, $15 a head. It's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. Alan, thank you so much for coming on and sharing all this with us.
You're so kind to have us. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Clyde?
Mona, who knew? Beer and Girl Scout cookies. What a pairing. Well, we'll be back with more Cincy Lifestyle on the other side of the break. Plus, be sure to check us out on Facebook. We post all our guest segments and community stories for you to watch and share with your friends. So like and follow us now at facebook.com/Cincy Lifestyle. All right, PK the director calls this pretty in pink, and we see why.
Yeah.
Every now and then he gets it right. Beautiful day out here today.
He sure does. Hey, you know what? We've got, Alan gave us a beer that I'm going to give to my friend Lloyd. And, you know, I also wanted to mention right quickly that we're having a women's conference at our church, at Montgomery Community Church, and I'll be on the panel there this weekend. So you can check it out at mcc.church.com.
Well, that sounds good.
All
Why don't
right.
you take us home, Mona?
All right.
Because you know how to do it so well. Come on.
Yeah, reach out to us.
Don't stumble.
Make it a great day.
Thanks for watching our video. If you liked what you saw, hit that subscribe button. You can also check out full episodes of the show you've never seen before or watch your favorites again and again. And as always, make it a great day.